Thank you for joining us tonight at tonight's Business Mixer. My name is Maudeline Pinedo, and I will be the MC for this lovely evening. It's so great to see so many entrepreneurs together, so many professionals, so many partners with shared goals. Events like this remind us that Curaçao's biggest asset will always remain our lovely people. Tonight is about making connections. Tonight is about sparking ideas. Tonight is about creating opportunities. For me, it's an honor to call on stage our board. So please put your hands together for our president, Mr. Roel Beer. Our vice president, Mr. Ralph Oppenheim. Elizabeth Bermudez, Marco Chase, Omar de Sousa, Roman Belly Juncker, Sirain Osmana, Arthur Rosario, Maria Helena Seferina Rojas. Un fuerte aplauso también. Me refiero a esa época en oportunidad perfecta también para Zacatepec, pues los fotógrafos no por casi delante, pues en Zacatepec los boards. You can come in front of the stage and take pictures of our board members. Yes. Smile, smile, smile. Tinawari ka din? Yes. Perfect. Thank you so much. Our president, Mr. Aaron Bain.
Thank you, everyone. Danke, por Santurta Kinan. Buenas noches, goedenavond, buenas noches, good evening. This speech will be in English. We hope to be a common business language. I'll try not to make it too boring. I'll try to make it swift. This is a festive area, as you can see. There's a band, so they'll do a better job of performing than I will. So I'll keep it short and sweet. Thanks again for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, dear entrepreneurs, dear all. Let's start with an important question. What is the purpose of growth? We all talk about economy, but what is the purpose of growth? Is it to make life richer? Is it to expand what we value? Or is it to evolve as economies, or evolve as a community, or evolve as human beings? Let me explain this. First comes intention. Growth should enrich life, not just income. Second comes awareness. We must broaden what we value, not just what we can measure. And third comes evolution. Growth is something we build together, as people, as a community. You all being here. Yes, Curaçao economy is growing, that's true. Tourism and real estate are driving it, that's for sure. But is that growth guided by an actual compass? Or did it simply happen to us? Were we opportunistic? Our productivity lags behind. We all know that. We feel the pressure in all kinds of sectors. Also, we talk about diversification of our economy, about higher productivity, and how to maintain our social security, the healthcare system, and for that matter also good roads, public infrastructure, and so on. All topics that are very common to you. We all have an opinion on it. But what is it that we still need to understand better about diversification? What's our strategy? What's our compass? And what steers it? Well, at the chamber, the board you just were introduced to, together with the staff of the chamber, We've debated this issue and have come to a clear conclusion with respect to where we should go and where we should be going with our development. But it does not require solely the investment and attention of the chamber. It requires that all of us are bound in the same direction. Therefore, we as a chamber offer a platform where entrepreneurs, government, the educational system, and the community can connect and co-create a platform for creation, therefore development. We've turned the need for clearer direction into a shared strategic path for Curacao, a path which prepares a strong, future resilient economy around 8 key pillars, and I will name them. One is entrepreneur, and they're in not a specific order. Entrepreneurship is one of them, education, labor market and migration, social security, innovation, mobility, agriculture, and spatial planning. All these areas actually form one system. You cannot just see them as a sole item or project to work on. For example, without education, there's no strong entrepreneurship. Without mobility, there's no employability, right? They can get to work. Without social security, there's no courage to take risks. Without spatial planning, there's no direction in housing, agriculture, energy, and so on. In essence, everything is connected. So, for this systemic view, we're giving you 3 key messages today. The first key message is the following. Curacao has opportunities, but it needs clear direction. Yes, tourism is vital to us, and yes, we do see sparks of innovation in, for example, hydrogen in the agri-tech area or the digital service area. But opportunities don't create the future. Actually, choices do. So we keep saying diversification, but our investments keep circling back to tourism and real estate. And by that, we're probably losing time, maybe losing talent, perhaps losing trust. So we get back to that good word I just used, choices. Choices do create a clearer direction. And if we ever doubted what clear choices are, and what clear choices can achieve, just look at Curacao today. I don't think anybody here can ignore the power that the Blue Wave made. We are going to the World Cup, something many thought impossible for a small island. And yet, you can feel or you can sense or you're part of the Blue Wave. It's everywhere. The Blue Wave energy has swept through our community. There's even a song that's become more than music. It became our belief, pride, a movement. I think everybody knows the song without giving too much commercial attention right now. Well, it shows what happens actually when a whole island moves in the same direction. Obviously, there was a team standing there, but the team didn't do it alone. The intention is what they say, well, we were the wave, we were Curacao. Well, that same energy, that same togetherness, that same head in the same direction is exactly what our economy needs. Direction means knowing what we stand for and also what we don't. Don't forget that part. It means breaking the cycle of quick fixes, being too opportunistic, or only looking at, like I said, too quick of an opportunity. Direction means giving our young people hope and hope that their future can be better here. But to make these good choices, we need facts. And facts is not guesswork. Too often decisions are don't rely on a system that's fact driven. They rely on instinct rather than solid information. And nothing wrong against instinct, but you should back it up. That's why the Chamber calls for an economic guided facts and trust, a level playing field where those who play fair knows it will pay off. So our second message tonight, growth becomes real progress when productivity rises and when our social security system evolves with it. Yes, there are more jobs, but too few are in sectors that create not too few are not in sectors that create lasting value. So therefore, productivity stays low, informality stays rather high relatively. Meanwhile, the healthcare and the pension costs keep rising and keep rising. Our population will age. The pie of our outlay stays the same size, yet more people sit at the same table, wanting to share that same pie. So, higher productivity allows for fair wages, stable prices, and a stronger competitiveness, particularly the latter. It will also give the government the means to fund good education and good healthcare, two of the essential things we mentioned before. For a small island, it's not a luxury, it's a must, it's a necessity. So productivity and social security are two sides of the same coin. Without one, the other one will fail. So let's evolve both then, strategically and realistically, before other circumstances were perhaps out of our reach will force us to do different. So our third key message of the day is the future begins with people, all of you here, and others as well that are not here, and with education that prepares for tomorrow, not yesterday. So we can build anything, right? Roads, harbors, policies, but it's people like yourself that make an economy move, not the infrastructure we build. That's why education isn't just one priority, it's actually the backbone of them all. Too many of our young professionals, young people, train for jobs that are disappearing or maybe even have disappeared here. The curricula are outdated and the links and connections to employers seem to be weakening. And as a result, significant talent is leaving the island or perhaps not returning to the island. So we need an education that shapes who we become, not just what we know now. Education that builds curiosity, innovation, courage, responsibility as well. The schools need to be connected with the business community continuously, not occasionally. The learning doesn't stop when you leave school that day or when you got your degree. No, learning continues. It continues in the workspace. It continues in our community. This is very essential for growth and innovation. So education is not only about skills, but it's also about hope and the message. Young people will only stay if they see a future, if they believe there's a future, getting back to hope. If they see a chance to learn, work, and build, and therefore to grow. When they grow, business grows, economy, and the community grows. Therefore, the greatest innovation Curacao can make is actually to invest in its people, not only buildings, like we're doing in real estate, but in skills as well. Not only numbers, but in character. I hope that the blue wave and the that feeling that we all have also builds that character. If we prepare our people, the economy we dream of will follow, not by chance, but by our own creation, and invite others to join. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us, for change, take a look at a simple glass of water. Right? Everybody says the glass is half empty. Some people say it's half full. We all heard that too often, right? I used to use it a lot, but since I read this, I thought maybe a different perspective on it. So there's a better question when we look at a glass. What do we do with the glass we have? The glass is half full, the glass is half empty, but it's actually always full because the empty part is actually filled with air. The water is the substance, and the air, guess what? It's space. The space to imagine, to grow, to think, to dream, to move, to dare. And that's exactly what we need. Substance to build on, space to innovate and create. The challenge and therefore the choices before us is to use that same glass we all have wisely to fill it with partnerships and purpose and convert choices into action. There's plenty of people here. This is called the business mixer. The intention is for you to get in touch, not solely listen to me. So instead of waiting for the next external shock, COVID or whatnot, let us choose direction over reaction. Let us see small skill, which is Curacao, not as limitation, but as leverage in terms of nimbleness, flexibility. Let us remember though, sustainability isn't just about energy or environment. It's also about people, the connection, and the trust they have in each other and the system. At the chamber, and you can see by means of this event we created, we are ready to connect. We're ready to lead, and we're ready to take responsibility for this direction we want to take. But as we invited you, I say with this is not our journey alone. It's a shared commitment. So here's my invitation. Let's make sure this growth no longer happens to us, but happens through us, because of us. And just like that blue wave that carried our island with pride and belief, let's carry that same type of energy into our economy together instead of following the wind and following what current pushes or pulls us. Let's set our own direction. So I want to thank you with that note. Hope that you will set that direction by means of mingling with the people around you. You're all of the business sector, entrepreneurs, business owners, employers, employees as well. Mingle, meet each other. We want to create this environment whereby we think, we innovate, we create space. See this as the glass that's half full, but also half empty for the space that you guys need to create. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bill. Un fuerte aplauso